ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ் வணக்கம். இந்த வீடியோவில் நாம் ஃபீமேல் pelvis பற்றின இன்ஃபர்மேஷன்ஸ் தான் பார்க்க போகிறோம். ஃபீமேல் pelvis, it is a characteristic aid in the childbirth. It is a skeletal ring formed by two innominate or hip bone, the sacrum and coccyx. First, the innominate bone. Each innominate bone is made up of three parts, that is ilium, ischium and pubic. The ilium, it is a large flat out portion of the innominate bone. The upper border of its termed as iliac crest. That is, when the hand is placed on the hip, it rests on the part, that is iliac crest. Next, the prominence at the front of the iliac crest is anterior superior iliac spine. At short distance below, it is the anterior inferior iliac spine. At opposite end of the iliac crest is a similar prominence or present. It is called as posterior superior iliac spine and posterior inferior iliac spine. The anterior surface of the ilium is a concave shape. It is called termed as iliac fossa. So next, ischium. Ischium is a thick lower part of the innominate bone. It has a large prominence known as ischial tuberosity. In sitting position, the body rests on the ischial tuberosity. A little above and behind the tuberosity is a projection known as ischial spine. In the labor station, that is we measuring the station of labor of the fetal head is estimated in relation to the ischial spine. So in labor station of the fetal head is estimated in relationship to the ischial spine. So ischium is a thick lower part of the innominate bone. Large prominence known as ischial tuberosity. In sitting position, the body rests on the ischial tuberosity. A little above and behind the tuberosity, it is a projection known as ischial spine. Ischial spine is very related to the labor station of the fetal head is estimated relation to the ischial spine. The next one is the pubic bone. The pubic bone forms the anterior part of the innominate bone. It has a body and two oar-like projections called superior and inferior ramus. The two pubic bone meet at the symphysis pubis. Two inferior rami form the pubic arch. The space enclosed by the body of the pubic bone, the rami and ischium is called as obturator foramen. So, the pubic bone, it is forms the anterior part of the innominate bone and it has a body and two oar-like projection that is called as the superior and inferior ramus. The two pubic bone meet at the symphysis pubis and two inferior rami form the pubic arch. The space enclosed by the body of the pubic bone, the ramus and the ischium is called as the obturator foramen. The innominate bone has a deep cup to receive the head of the femur. It is termed as acetabulum. All three bones contribute to form the acetabulum, that is ilium, ischium and pubic bone. Next one is the sacrum. The sacrum lies between the ilia. It is a wedge-shaped bone consisting of the 5 vertebrae fused together. The prominent upper margin of the first sacral vertebrae is called as sacral promontory. The anterior surface of the sacrum is a concave and is affixed to the hollow of the sacrum. Then the four pairs of the holes or foramen pieces the sacrum and through these the sacral nerves passes. So sacrum is lies between the ilia. It is a fused vertebrae, that is 5 fused vertebrae together. The prominent upper margin of the first sacral vertebrae is called as sacral promontory. The anterior surface of the sacrum is a concave and is refers to the hollow of the sacrum. Then the four pairs of the hole, then the sacrum and the nerves are passed through it. So that is the sacrum. One is the coccyx. It is a small triangular bone with it is a base uppermost articulating with the lower end of the sacrum. During the delivery, the labor, it moves backward and allowing more spaces for the delivery of the fetus. So these are all the parts of the pelvic bone. Next one is the pelvic joint. There are 4 pelvic joints, 2 sacroiliac joint, 1 symphysis pubis and 1 sacrococcygeal joint. 2 sacroiliac joint. It is a slightly movable joint. It is formed where the ilium joins the first 2 sacral vertebra on either side. It is the strongest joint in the body. And 1 symphysis pubis joint. It is a corticoligneous joint between the 2 pubic bone, that is the 1 symphysis pubis. Then 1 sacrococcygeal joint. It is a hinge joint between the sacrum and the coccyx. So there are 4 joints, 2 sacroiliac joint and 1 symphysis pubis, 1 sacrococcygeal joint. Next one is the pelvic ligaments. Total 5 ligaments are there. First one, sacroiliac ligament. These ligaments passes in front of and behind each sacroiliac joint. So sacroiliac ligaments passes in front and behind each sacroiliac joint. Next one is the pubic ligaments. The superior pubic ligament connects the top of the pubic bone and arched pubic ligament runs under the pubic symphysis pubis. Next one is the sacrotuberous ligament. One ligament on each side runs from the sacrum to the ischial tuberosity. So sacrum to ischial tuberosity. Next one is the sacrospinous ligament. It is a one ligament on each side of the sacrum and the ischial spine. Next one is the sacrococcygeal ligament. One ligament on each side from the sacrum to the coccyx. So total 5 ligaments. Sacroiliac ligament, pubic ligament, sacrotuberous ligament, sacrospinous ligament and sacrococcygeal ligament. இந்த வீடியோ உங்களுக்கு யூஸ்ஃபுல்லாக இருந்துக்கும்னு நினைக்கிறேன். உங்களுடைய கமெண்ட்டை கமெண்ட் பாக்ஸில் சொல்லுங்கள். தேங்க்யூ.